This podcast contains some magical adult language. Listener discretion is advised. And sorry, Mom.
I'm going to Disney World. I'm going to...
Whoa. You're not Mickey Mouse, you're a rat.
Rat smack! Besides, they're tourists. What do they know?
Welcome to Rat Castle, a progressive chat about Disney magic without the pixie dust. I'm Nathan Hartman, and this is a very special 3-part mini-series for D23. And we are excited. We're going to try to drop these as quickly as we can, so it's going to be a little raw, no editing. I won't make myself sound better than I am. It's just going to be raw, unplugged. And with me today, we have 2 of our fellow rats. Others will join us on different days as well, and that stuff. So we will be here for this panel, and then we will be doing the Marvel and Star Wars panel, and then we will, of course, do the Parks panel as well. Dave can only do the Parks panel, but we're excited to have him with us, and hopefully Janine will be able to join us. But today, I'm getting to it. Saara's here. Hi, Saara.
Hello.
And Victoria's here.
Hey.
Hello, Victoria. So we just got done with the D23 panel, and by we just got done, none of us are there. We didn't step outside and we're like, let's do a podcast. We are just feverishly refreshing, like many of you.
Hey, I'm down
Twitter.
the street, okay?
You are down the street.
Away.
You're going to Disneyland tonight, so maybe you'll get some inside stuff. But
maybe.
I had a man inside kind of giving me some stuff, and yeah. So today we are going to cover really quickly something that occurred at the Legends panel. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the games panel, and then we're going to dive deep into the Disney and Pixar panel. So let's begin with some good news.
Oh my god.
Which is that this morning at the Legends panel, Bob Chapek was booed.
I feel so bad for him.
I don't, not at all.
It's so sad at this point.
I really did feel bad for him. And then did you notice that the panel just cut off after that?
Yeah. It's just sad. I'm pretty sure he probably went and cried backstage after that. It's so sad.
He can cry in all his money, that the extra bonuses.
Yeah, he's wiping it away with $100 bills and expired magic keys that were never
say
renewed.
it like that.
Yeah,
no, I don't feel as bad.
as he doesn't pay CMs properly.
Yes,
he can weep in his pile of money. So I enjoyed that greatly, because eat the rich. And if you're going to be rich, at least be classy, and he's just not classy. So let's see here. That happened at the Legends panel.
But the one good thing that he did was the airplane. I feel like he's claiming it's his idea, but I don't know.
Sure. I mean, the airplane is being brought down, and then it's going to be the airplane, of course, that Walt used for Walt Disney World. I mean, God knows we didn't need to have that for the 50th anniversary. So they finally got it done for D23. And now it's going to be at an air museum in California, just like Walt intended.
Yep.
Yeah.
In Palm Springs.
Yeah.
In Palm Springs.
It's another example of why can't we just have a museum? Really? At this point? Why are we not having a museum?
Honestly, in or near studios.
Yeah.
The plane was there anyway in the parking lot.
They have all this stuff. It's all in archives. They already pay people. They don't understand how cheap it is to have docents to give tours, and that's all you pay for once it's all done. You just keep the lights on. It's free basically after that. You just make money off of it. You change exhibits once a year. It's so easy. Anyway, I'm hot tonight, guys. I'm a little fiery. How we feeling? Let's get a lay of the land after this panel. How we feeling? Oh, I should mention, see, we're rattling. I should also mention, just if anyone's questioning, yes, there's lots of parks news that's come out, stuff about Tiana's ride and different stuff. We are going to cover all that when it's officially announced. I know there's models and all sorts of stuff, but Lord knows this one's going to go longer than we think. So we're going to get to all that when it's kind of official. Yeah, how are we feeling? In general, are we getting good vibes off of D23 currently, or are we just sort of living?
It's overwhelming. There's too much information.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
From trying to live stream everything to the news that's coming out. It's a lot. And I was saying this before we got on, just we thought the Marvel news that came out a month ago was a lot.
Yeah.
And those were like two different phases. Tomorrow's gonna be a hot mess. But
tomorrow when they
I
shove
digress.
Disney, or I'm sorry, they shove Marvel and they shove Star Wars all in one panel. And this one went
Oh.
a half an hour longer. Like they're gonna be
Yeah,
like
it
hour
went.
6 in that panel, and they're gonna be like, actually, we have another show we got to talk about. So we'll
Well, maybe
see.
it'll be short because they did announce so much already.
That's true. Maybe it'll just be extra. I think we're gonna get previews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. I like. There's actually like we could
Yeah.
have a predictions time about tomorrow, but like by the time most people listen to this, that's already over anyway. So
Mhm, mhm.
it's literally in
Yeah.
almost 12 hours. So I'm going to try to get this one out ASAP. So let's talk a little bit about the D23 games panel. It was sort of the first time they've done this. It was, I don't know, a continuation, in my opinion, of like a couple hits and then a lot of like junk to throw at people. But what are your thoughts? Well, let's just go down the list here and we'll see what you're thinking. The first one they have is Tron Identity, which they don't really talk about much, but it's a Tron video game. Sure, it's beautiful. I love Tron.
There's no point if you're not gonna tell me anything about the ride that it literally makes no sense. Congratulations, you put out Tron, but when is the ride gonna open? No one cares about this.
All this time they could have
Next.
put into the game. Let's put it back into the ride. Like,
Yeah,
that's all
yeah.
we want.
I think we'll find that out soon too. So Tron Identity, I'm fine with it. It's exciting. I'm sure Dave, if he was here, he's obsessed, so he's very excited, I'm sure. I hope it's good. We know nothing about it. That's all we know. The next one's Disney Illusion Island, which is a Switch exclusive, and features Mickey and Donald and Minnie and Goofy in sort of a, I don't know, it's like a looser animation style than even the new shorts. And they're just sort of having a side-scrolling adventure. I don't know. It's fine. It's
It
cute.
seems fun. It's cute.
I don't hate the animation style, and I gotta see a little bit more of the gameplay, but otherwise, I have no issues with it.
Yeah, I'm getting Rayman vibes. If anyone's ever played Rayman, like it has that kind of
Yes.
feel.
Yeah, that's the vibes I was getting from it.
Yeah.
Well.
That'll be interesting. Aliens Dark Descent. Yes, we're gonna try one more time to make an Aliens games that work. Since Alien Isolation was amazing and incredible, and then anytime they try to do the soldier side of things, it's always messy. This is
Send me that one.
Yeah, this is tactical squad based, so it's kind of a over the top kind of squad based style game. I mean, it's fine. I think it looks interesting. I don't know if it really brings anything new to the table, but you know, it's interesting to see Disney showcase Alien as an IP in anything. This is like the only thing we've heard. We may hear stuff about the new TV show coming out on FX, but I don't think we're gonna hear it at D23. My guess is, you know, they kind of keep Hulu on its own. Hulu's like for upfronts. They don't talk.
They
about
don't know
Hulu
what
at
to do with
D23.
Hulu. It seems like.
No, well, and they're gonna merge it all before too long, so we'll see what happens. We have a
Yeah.
pair of Avatar games that have come out. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This is nothing new. We don't know anything new about this. It's just what I'm calling the pretty Avatar game. And then there is Avatar. I think it's Reckoning, which is an MMORPG, which is totally just Fortnite, right?
I mean, it exists. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Somebody got paid and worked way too much on an Avatar game that's going to try to compete with Fortnite. But I am excited.
Are
What you?
people really gonna play these? Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm being like, I just don't see, like, who's the demographic? Like, who's really gonna play this
Can
For
I be
Avatar?
frank?
for just all of these?
I'm still
Yes,
trying to
Frank.
figure out what the new movie is about. What is the
It's
new
Water?
movie
water.
about?
It's about water. There you
Just
go.
Is it like Pocahontas too? Because Avatar is Pocahontas. That's all it is.
It's Dances with Wolves, but yeah, you're also correct. It's got vibes.
Dances with wolves.
Yeah, it is. It is. So let's see here. The Avatar. I think the Frontiers of Pandora looks really neat. I don't know what the plan
Yeah,
is for
Frontiers
that
of
game,
Pandora looks good.
but yeah,
I might do that one. I
Mhm.
might, maybe. We'll see.
yeah. A lot of these just kind of feel like, I don't know. I think they're for 12-year-olds. A lot of these games kind of have that vibe. Not this one though. Return to Monkey Island for Switch and PC. I don't know if you guys have ever played any of the Monkey Island games, but they're like a LucasArts like classic. They've been around for 30 years, and this is a new kind of look to it. I think it's fine. It's got some of the same voice cast and stuff like that. It's kind of our first look at that, and yeah, sure. Anytime they want to use LucasArts stuff and like keep those IPs, I hate to call like old school stuff IPs, but theoretically that's what they are. Like, all
just
right,
call it what it is at this point.
yeah. Such as call it what it is, a remaster of the old Gargoyles game, which I didn't know had like a legacy. I guess people really love that game. I didn't play it, but that's coming out from the same studio that brought out the Aladdin Lion King combo pack, which was pretty good. It's interesting to see them sort of remaster these. Talk about IPs that have not been used by Disney. I cannot fathom why this is not already a series in development or a live action movie in development. I mean, it's Gargoyles. Like, what? People like the idea. I don't get it. So they don't like Hot Topic money, I guess, because Gargoyles would make them lots.
They could add it to that really long ass list of movies they're about to release. So
Yeah.
you
We'll
never
get to
know.
that. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about Disney Speedstorm, which is a racing game where you can race Mario Kart style with classic people who drive cars, such as Mulan and Jack Sparrow. They love racing cars. That's the one thing I know about them.
Interesting.
They are
Yeah.
determined to shove Jack Sparrow in literally anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Controversial or not,
Tired.
he gets to still be around, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's how many times have they done this game? This goes back to when they did the Disney Parks one, when you race through Disney World as characters. I mean, this is
I do recall that one.
yeah, this is standard. It is what it is, but it's
I feel like if Disney Quest still existed, it would have done well in Disney Quest
yeah,
as a VR thing.
yeah, possibly. Let's see
We'll
here.
never know.
We'll never know. And then we have a slew of Marvel games that I don't know who's going to play, but someone will, including
I
Marvel,
will.
including Marvel Midnight Suns, which is an RPG, Marvel Strike Force, which is a
Mhm.
free app game thing, Marvel Snap, which is a card-based game, which is also an iOS Android game, and then Marvel World of Heroes, which they don't really say what it is. They just show like kids outside like doing hero stuff. So I think we
Based
got a
on what I
Pokemon Go.
saw, it's essentially Pokemon Go, but with Marvel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, why not be late to the game? When Jurassic World beats you to this concept, maybe you need to call it, because they've already released a game where you do that with Jurassic World. So, and then last but certainly not least, I think this is the headliner. They are releasing a Captain America Black Panther World War II game, where you fight Hydra. That's all we know, but it's for console, I believe, and PC, for a next gen console. And yeah, give it to me. Anytime I can fight Hydra, like I'm game. I'm always for it. I assume this won't be. I believe this will be his father. Like for Black Panther, I assume this would be his father or something. But I don't know
Yeah,
how
that makes
that'll
sense.
Yeah, one would have to assume based on the timeline. I mean, either way, I'm buying it. So.
Yeah, and also make me a movie and a TV series. Like, look, I just want World War II Marvel stuff. Like anything you want to do. You want more Captain Carter? Give it to me. I don't care. Like that line of stuff. Anything we can fight with metaphorical Nazis, I'm game with. So, that's the list. What do you guys think about games panel? Anything stick out to you?
I'm not playing none of these games. I'm gonna be honest. Like
I will play the World War II one for sure. Anything else? I feel like I'm just not the demographic or like age wise or fandom wise for them for most of these.
Yeah. There's a new tier in my life, which is it on Xbox Game Pass? And if some of these end up on Xbox Game Pass, I may give it a like. I will play Speedstorm for a good 20 minutes, and then I'll be done with it. But yeah, not a lot of these games are gonna. But I agree, Captain America, Black Panther.
It's not his father. It's him.
No, it's him.
It's
That's
him
weird.
apparently.
Okay.
I don't
We'll
know.
see. We'll see how that works out. We'll see how
I
that works
don't
out.
know.
I'm fine with it. Whatever. Just give me.
I'm
it.
fine either way. Just give it to me. Thank you.
So on to the main event, which is the D23 Disney and Pixar panel. which included Disney Pictures, Pixar, and Disney Animation. And the night began with a new look at Hocus Pocus 2, or as I like to call it, Two Pocus, Two Hocus.
Okay.
Or Two Hocus, Two Pocus. I said it wrong the first time. Two Pocus,
Oh,
Two
I
Hocus.
just got it. I hate you.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Again, we talked about this when this first sort of got released. Like, I don't have any history with Hocus Pocus, so I watched the trailer and I thought it was funny. And I love Sam. What's his face? Oh, now I'm blanking. Sam.
Which character?
He's the guy that owns the store.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
I
Ugh.
know he's in Detroiters, and I think you should leave. And Sam
Great
Richardson.
actor.
Sam
Yeah.
Richardson. Yeah, Sam Richardson's amazing. I love him in that, and he's been in stuff for like a lot, especially recently. He's really funny. He was in Ted Lasso a little bit. Great actor. And then speaking of Ted Lasso, Hannah Waddingham, who plays the boss on Ted Lasso, seems to be playing the mentor to the Sanderson sisters, from what it seems from the trailer. So
It also seems like my theory about the movie is kind of correct too.
what was your theory? Remind us.
They had a book that came out like a year or two ago that was supposed to be a Disney Channel sequel, but they just turned it into a book. When you read the book, you'll probably understand why.
Mm.
Because two of the characters are also characters that are now those same names in the book.
Oh, okay.
I
So
have
maybe
a
there are
feeling
vibes.
there will be LGBT representation.
Oh, cool. I hope so.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
I don't know. This is one of those things, like, I kind of don't mind that this is a sequel to a thing, because it's kind of like an old sequel to a movie that, to be honest, was like kind of average. Like, it was kind of a B minus when it came out, and then it's gained a lot of like love. So it's kind of more like a cult movie getting a sequel, which I can't like hate. So that's fine.
No, it is a cult movie, and it's fine. Like I feel like it's fine for what it is. I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like if
it'll
they
be fine.
yeah, it's like if they released another Halloween Town or something. Like, I get it. Like, that's a thing people love. So let's see here. Let's go to the next thing. Disenchanted. They released a trailer for the sequel to Enchanted. This one's still starring their original cast plus Maya Rudolph and a couple people. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I'm so excited. I loved
It
the
looks
Enchanted movie.
so good.
Yeah, like I remember when that first came out, like I watched it over and over and over again. Like it was, I was obsessed. So to just like finally see it getting a sequel, I'm very excited. But I think my favorite part from the entire announcement was like when Amy Adams went on stage and she like brought the bubble wand and she was wearing the mini ears and like she had like the full Disneyland gear. I love that. So yeah, I think the movie looks great. I mean, again, I'm not like expecting, because it is like it's a cult movie type of thing. Like I'm not expecting the world, but I'm just excited.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going for an evil stepmother vibe with Amy Adams' character, and I feel like that's a great take on it. I wouldn't have personally thought about that, and I like that they're exploring that.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of a I don't know. It's a sort of a normal thing to, if you leave a world, then the next movie, the world comes back to you in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But I like Maya Rudolph quite a bit, and I'm sad this one's going to Disney Plus. Honestly, like, it feels like it should be a big old movie, and I don't know. I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they put things on Disney Plus all the time. Like,
It
I
has
just think
the cast to like carry a theatrical release. Like, it
100%.
really could.
Right.
Like,
So,
do they
I
not
don't know.
like money? I just don't get it, because like they can make the money and then put it on Disney Plus, and people are still gonna have Disney Plus. Like,
I feel that's what happened with Encanto. Like Encanto bombed essentially at the theater, and once they put it on Disney Plus, it exploded. So I guess that's
Yeah.
what they're going for.
well,
Like, do
and-
streaming numbers factor more than box office numbers now?
no, I just think Encanto had COVID against it, and I think that gets a wash because
True.
of that. I just think that they're making choices because I think it matters. But why wouldn't you put the Haunted Mansion movie in Disney Plus and put like Disenchant? I would switch those out, to be honest. If I had to choose what audience is going to show up,
Oh,
I would rather, I'd say Disenchanted is going to do better than Haunted Mansion in the box office if they were going to do
Really?
that.
I didn't
really
know
do.
that. I didn't think. Wait, Haunted Mansion's going to the theater?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Are they sure about that?
Yeah, I know that. Yep. Yep.
I thought it was going to do. I thought it was the complete opposite.
Yeah, no. So let's talk
Oh
about that.
dear.
Haunted Mansion's coming to theaters. The synopsis has been finally released, though we've gotten this kind of through the grapevine. Haunted Mansion will follow a woman and son who hire a crew of hunters to chase spirits in a mysterious house. And we know that let's see here. We got confirmed because she was there in a doom buggy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got ourselves some Jamie Lee Curtis, which is great. But of
Mhm.
course, Jamie Lee Curtis had to open her mouth and tell us that Jared Leto is in this stupid movie.
I
And there
hate
ain't
him
nothing.
so much. I hate him. I don't want him to be. I'm not gonna watch this movie.
No, me
And it's
neither.
crazy because most people I saw who reacted to it said he was great as Hatbox Ghost, and I'm like, I'm disinclined to believe you, though.
Right. Right. You have to really prove something to me. But I'm not. This is not going to be spooky. They're not going to make it spooky.
And
I
it
wanted a
pisses
spooky
me off.
movie. Yeah.
I wanted scary. I'm tired of comedy.
Yeah. This is just going to be comedy again. Clearly, that's what they're going for.
Like at this point, I only recognize the Muppets version. I can't do this anymore.
That's literally the only version that matters. Everything else
Yeah.
is a joke.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Haunted Mansion. We'll see some more, but I mean, the fact they didn't show a trailer or a clip or anything for this, that's not a good sign in my opinion.
Is it? Well, I thought they only just started casting.
I mean, they didn't show concept art or anything. Like, it's just weird to
Oh.
me that they're holding this
why
one
would they
back.
even announce it?
I don't know.
You think they'll cancel it?
No.
Like it's
I
one of those
hope
that'll get
so.
canceled.
No,
hope
it's
they
too close
do.
to an IP. They want to salivate and add stuff to the parks and stuff. Like, this is part of that. No, this one's staying. One that should probably get canceled, but one is Peter Pan and Wendy, which got a poster. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're making another Peter Pan movie. Because God knows we need another one.
No,
Who's
we need
gonna
more
be
Tinkerbell
Peter
movies.
Pan? Do we know?
Peter Pan's this kid named Alexander Maloney. He's a young kid. He's British. And he's
Okay.
been in like 2 other things. He's like real young. He like was born in 2006. So
Oh wait, ew.
well,
That's-
he's Peter Pan.
Be
That's
nice.
I don't know
nice
if you
to the
know about
child.
Peter
No,
Pan,
like
Saara.
that's so young. Oh my god.
Yeah, Peter Pan's a boy.
2006?
Yeah. You're old, by the way. Just don't forget that too.
I know, but like that was just like a lot. Like that just made me feel very like old.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Um,
thing. Okay, there's 2 things going on here about this that I'm frustrated with. Well, I'm frustrated, but also very intrigued. So we know now officially that Jude Law is Captain Hook.
mhm.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Whatever. We've seen photos on set. What I'm more interested in is a couple other things, which is that supposedly, according to IMDb, Jim Gaffigan is playing Smee, which is very funny to me. If you know
Okay.
comedian Jim Gaffigan, I like that. It sounds cute to me.
Mhm.
Interestingly enough, Captain Hook and Mr. Darling are being played by 2 different people. Generally, that's the same actor. Alan Tudyk is playing Mr. Darling.
Okay.
So that's interesting. And Mrs. Darling, according to IMDb, is played by Deadwood's Alma Garrett herself, Molly Parker, which is interesting. I haven't seen her and stuff in a while. So we'll see if those are true. The thing that I'm
Is-
most interested in is that this is being directed by David Lowery.
Mhm.
David Lowery is like a pretty legit guy. He's been on some podcasts that I listen to, and he also did The Green Knight recently. If you saw The
Okay.
Green Knight, and he also did a little film called Pete's Dragon, which is literally the best of these Disney remakes. Period. So I kind of have faith in this. I don't want this movie, but at the same time, it's interesting that the pedigree of this movie seems about right, if that makes sense.
Is
They got-
Yara Shahidi still Tinkerbell for this movie?
supposedly,
Okay.
but I don't know. I mean, that's
All right.
IMDb. They didn't say much of the cast. A couple
Yeah,
of
they
them were
didn't
on
really
stage.
give much, did
Yeah, they had a
they?
poster. Some stuff is leaked already. There's a picture on IMDb that looks pretty legit. That's like a screen grab. I don't know where they got those. We'll see. I trust David Lowery. Again, I don't need this movie in my life, but I trust David
No one
Lowery.
needs this movie.
Can we talk about a movie nobody wants? Like no one? Like
Is
absolutely
it what I
no
think
one.
it is? Is it what I think it is?
What do you think it is, Victoria?
I swear to God, if it's Mufasa, I'm gonna
It's
rage.
Mufasa. No one wants a movie about Mufasa. Yes.
Who thought of this?
First
Who
off,
was in the room and was like,
let
let's
me.
do a Mufasa movie?
No,
We're all going
nothing
off on this
about
one.
it makes
Victoria, you go
sense.
first.
Nothing makes sense. First off, I don't know what their source material is because Mufasa in the animated movie clearly stated that he came from a line of kings,
Right.
but in this one he's an orphan.
Yeah.
So you're trying
Yeah,
to
how did
tell
that
me
happen?
that Scar is actually not the orphan, but it's Mufasa?
Yeah. So does that mean that Mufasa's step parents or foster parents are like black, furred, and orange? Like, is the tribe of royalty actually looking like Scar? Which also, by the way, if that's the case, I get why Scar's pissed now. Like,
I
It doesn't
get
make
it,
sense. Yeah.
I get it.
but
I get it.
I get it.
I don't
I
need
get
this
it.
movie, but I get it. No, this one, oh my God. This is an Onion article. Like, this is such a joke. Sarah, what are
I
your
don't
thoughts?
understand.
Okay, the only thing that makes me even remotely want to watch this would be Barry Jenkins because I think he's phenomenal.
But what's he doing?
but
Why are we
that's what
wasting
I'm
Barry Jenkins
saying.
on this?
I don't
Barry,
understand.
do you need a second home like in like Italy? Like, why are you doing this? You're Barry Jenkins.
Literally, like
What?
I just don't know how you go from If Beale Street Could Talk to Mufasa. Like
Lots
I
of
don't
money is how.
I don't get that. So like is there any other information? Is it a live action?
Yes.
Is it a
Yeah,
okay.
It's totally
I
just
don't
like the other
action.
one.
I'm not gonna watch it.
They also
No.
stated it's 2 timelines. It's gonna be from his perspective as a child, and Timon and Pumbaa, the same voice actors from the
No,
previous
they're
movie,
not
are
bringing Timon
going
and Pumbaa
to.
back.
They're gonna be telling the story.
No.
It's not happening
No.
for me.
First of all, I've seen
no.
I love Lion King 1.5 already. It's the
Yeah.
best of the Lion King sequels. I don't need another movie with Timon and Pumbaa telling a story. By the way, if you've not seen Lion King 1.5, it's legitimately very funny.
It's really good.
No, it's very funny. I
Yeah.
hated it as a child, but I love it as an adult.
Yeah, 100%. When they break out Fiddler in the Roof, and you're like, Fiddler on the Roof, and you're like, oh, this movie's incredible. And Nathan Lane, you can't go wrong. But no, it's not more Seth Rogen and Billy Ike. No, who wants this movie? Barry Jenkins. I will say this: at least you have someone that's a little. You couldn't get whiter than Jon Favreau to direct the first Lion King movie. So at least like
Yeah.
allow if this is supposedly about African culture, at least allow someone connected with that culture to make it that might be able to represent. I mean, if you can bring some of that Beale Street energy, sure, I guess.
That's the only reason that I like see any redeeming qualities about this. It's that aspect of it.
But oh
otherwise
my
it doesn't even make
God.
sense. I don't get it.
No, if this isn't on Disney Plus, I really don't get it. Like, I get if you would make this like a really like we have all of the skins already done in the 3D engine. Like all we've got to do is like do the animation. So we're gonna
Yeah.
mocap real quick and get it done and like or
Mhm.
whatever. Like, okay, fine, whatever. It's a Disney Plus thing. I would get it. But the idea that they're like, no, they're gonna make this a tentpole. This is gonna be a thing. Like, and the first movie did boffo, and I get why they're trying to make it happen twice. But something that I mentioned on Twitter, which is Disney once said, hey, we have a supporting character that we're going to do a prequel about the supporting character from a movie you loved, and then Solo bombed. And then Disney said, hey, we have this supporting character from a movie you loved. We're going to do a prequel with them, and Lightyear bombed. And now they're doing this. So
I
don't
mean,
think
the
they've
only
got the
the only
message
thing
yet.
that's gonna save it is another Beyonce album. That's really all that's gonna save it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more she could do. Like
No, you
They-
can't
Could do
trust Beyonce to
anything.
say
She's
everything.
Beyonce.
she could
Yeah.
Beyonce could do anything, but I think
I mean, as
Beyonce's
long
done
as she's
enough
not
Black
I didn't say
Tie.
she acted it. I didn't say she gotta acted it. I said she has to do the
I
album.
think I think Beyonce's Black Pride moment has dissipated. I think it's over.
Oh my. This
Jay
is big
Z
talk.
has said. Did you guys hear what Jay Z said?
No.
It's
What
kind
did
of
he
funny.
say?
In Spaces, there was a Twitter space that he was like on with DJ Khaled, where he was promoting DJ Khaled's new album, and he was like talking about Black capitalism and how it's what the Black community needs. It was a joke. It was
No.
very like ridiculous, and it just didn't really make
Jay-Z.
sense to his brand and Beyonce's brand, considering that they just came like they're like very on their Black Pride moment right now. It doesn't make
Well,
sense.
I mean, what's
So
black? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, to be honest. But
yeah,
like, I understand what you're talking about. It's what I'm calling the like Obama like model. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, how about we use like, I don't know, we'll help the community, we'll help the culture, but like we're gonna get paid, like,
yeah, it's using it. It's like an aesthetic. It's basically becomes an aesthetic.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
we're gonna
Anyways,
make that Wakanda money, we're going for that
well,
vibe.
yeah, the Wakanda money. But Barry Jenkins, I'm excited for this movie. I don't know.
No,
I don't
oh
know.
my
Right.
god,
I don't know.
so terrible. Okay, next is Snow White. They said nothing about it, but I will see it only because Rachel Ziegler's one of us.
Yes.
Period.
So it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna stick with my Disney Twitter people, and she's a Disney Twitter person, so I'm there for you,
Love her.
Rachel. Also known
I
as Zed
didn't even
Zasso.
know
Do you know that reference?
Gal Gadot was in it. I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Gal Gadot playing the Wicked Witch. So
Interesting.
we'll see. I don't think she's villainous enough. I don't think Gal Gadot's that good of an actress.
I mean, she kind of even said she didn't even see herself as it. I don't either. At this
Yeah.
point, I barely see her as Wonder Woman. I still
Every
haven't
single
finished
time
1984.
every single time I hear her name, I just hear the line, if for enough champagne to fill the Nile. Like that's just always in my head. Every single time I hear that name. That was the worst movie I think that I've seen this year. And I saw it while I was in the hospital. So
Did you know it was a sequel?
I did,
Well,
yeah.
it's a sequel to Murder.
Yeah.
And then there is a wonderful version of that same story from the 70s, starring Peter Ustinov as Hercule Poirot, and starring greats like Betty Davis and let's see here, who's in it? Betty Davis. I think Angela Lansbury's in it, if I remember correctly.
I do believe she's in it.
And David Niven. Like it's a classic, and I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Agatha Christie books because of that movie. I have not even seen the new one starring everyone's favorite man eater. So
Oh my god. Oh, that documentary is crazy. Okay.
I've not watched
next.
House of Hammer. Anyway, we're moving on. Rachel Ziegler, we love you. Little Mermaid. Let's talk about Little Mermaid. 4 new songs from Lin-Manuel Miranda and Menken, right? Who's doing these? Right? Is it Menken? And then we got a teaser trailer, and we heard some of the song. Thoughts?
Amazing. She looks beautiful. The red hair is just gorgeous. Her voice, gorgeous. Just beautiful. I can't wait.
Well, I cried. I had to get myself together before I got on here. I just saw like several interviews with her. Like she did one with Tina Knowles and
Yeah,
like just talking about like just how she didn't even see herself as that. And I actually just saw one where Rob Marshall said she was the first audition that he saw.
Mm.
So she set the bar. It was a wrap. She was already got a role. Like I can already tell she's gonna be amazing at it. Like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a high point. We've yet to see like what Flounder and Sebastian look like.
That's
Sebastian's
true.
going to be interesting. Crabs are not known for their animated faces, so
not where I'm from anyway.
we'll see. We'll see. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really need 4 new songs. I don't know why they ever add new songs. I'm just like, just do the hits. Like, why are you doing this? But
Probably
it's fine.
to give her some more material to work with, I'm assuming. But also,
Well,
I'm not
they've
gonna
got
complain about anything Lin-Manuel puts out.
yeah, they've got a lot of work to do because the narrative of Little Mermaid's rough for 2022. So
Yeah, it is.
here's one of the things that I think we need to address though. Melissa McCarthy is playing Ursula.
Yeah.
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 No.
Melissa McCarthy hasn't made a good movie in 15 years. I mean, she's done some drama that's okay. I don't hate Melissa McCarthy, but she is not Ursula. Like she's not Ursula. There's
Yeah.
nothing about Melissa
I'm
McCarthy.
trying to figure out what her take on Ursula is because if Haley is reinventing Ariel, cool, that's great. But what are you gonna do with Ursula, especially since Pat Carroll just recently passed? She's gonna have to knock that shit out of the park.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like I don't want like we already saw let's see here. We saw Queen Latifah do it in the live version.
Didn't hate it.
No, but that's like when I think of Ursula, I'm thinking like, okay, you need someone with pizzazz, and Melissa McCarthy does not have pizzazz. Like there's nothing about Melissa
She's not
McCarthy that
smooth. Like I feel like
no.
Ursula is very like in a I don't know how to describe it, but like in a weird
She's very
way,
cunning.
she has
I feel
yeah,
like I
she
would
has
say.
like this like alluring kind of like for lack of a better term, like sexy vibe to her, which is
Right.
kind of because it's
Let's
Ursula.
just give it to RuPaul like we're supposed to.
Yeah,
Like just
honestly,
let Ru
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I just feel like I
they
hope
kinda
Melissa
dropped the
McCarthy
ball on
doesn't
that.
come with like an obnoxious take on Ursula. I feel like that's kind of the route that she might take it, but I hope
She
not.
could sink this movie. Like she
She
really
really
could.
could.
Like
Yeah.
you're talking probably everyone's favorite Disney villain. Like if you had to do a poll, she's way up there.
Yeah,
She's like a
Ursula is
big deal.
very much so up there. She really has to knock this role out of the fucking park.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I could. Yeah, we'll see.
Is she playing Vanessa also? Or are they gonna have a whole
They'll probably have somebody else play.
I think they're gonna have somebody else do it.
Because
Okay.
even in the cartoon, they were completely different looking.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Vanessa, what a funny name that's in Little Mermaid. I forgot the
Right?
name Vanessa. It's like
know, it sounded
you could
kinda
tell
weird
it's in the
coming out.
90s, right? It's definitely a 90s movie with the name Vanessa in it.
Yeah.
All right, we got to keep moving. So that's Little Mermaid. We have hope for the best. Pixar released a little more info about Elemental, which is their movie about fire and water. The characters are Ember and Wayne, and they are I guess a couple or want to be a couple, but of course fire and water can't touch, so they try to figure out their life without touching, a la Pushing Daisies, if anyone remembers that amazing TV show. So yeah, thoughts?
Cute.
I like
Yeah.
it. It's giving Rogue from X-Men.
Yeah, a little bit. We're coming. There's so much content, people. It's like hard to have solidified opinions on everything. I'm very excited about the next one though, which is Win or Lose. This looks really,
I was
really
very
fun.
excited.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is a series. This is Pixar's first ever series. Yes, Monsters at Work was not done by Pixar, and that's why it's not good.
I forgot it existed.
Yeah, for sure. This is their first series. It follows a softball team with the coach played by Will Forte. Yay! I always love when Will Forte does voice acting because he's very good at it. And each episode focuses on a different team member, showing the same game from their POV in a different animation style. So it'll be fun. It'll be really unique. It's kind of like I don't know. It's a way of kind of doing an anthology without it being an anthology, because you get to do all these different styles, but at the same time it's still one story. So that's interesting. Thoughts? We excited about this one?
Yeah.
The concept, like that's gonna be cool.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see the different animation styles. Like I think that'll be very interesting.
Mhm. The next one is, I think it's Elio. I might be saying that wrong. But it is a film where Elio is the first human to make contact with aliens. His mom will be voiced by America Ferrera. That's pretty much all we know. There's cute aliens. And they made a big deal about like, you've never seen outer space like this, and Disney Animation standing off the corner like, Strange Worlds, like don't tell them that. Like we got a space movie too. Like chill. So
And they just had Lightyear too, so it's like, how many space movies are y'all gonna say are different?
yeah, but no one saw Lightyear, so
Oh.
so
True.
the facts still remain. By the way, this is Elio marks 3 original properties that we have had. We have talked through in this panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. And you know what? I'm gonna even give Haunted Mansion original, because the story is completely original. Even if they're just using the Haunted Mansion as the IP, but that's all. So that's 4.
generous.
That's less than half.
I would have said 2.
You would have said 2?
For
Yeah.
which ones?
I wouldn't. I would only just say the Elemental and
We're
Elio.
losing an Elio. That's 3 at least. You're not gonna give it a Haunted Mansion.
I'm not gonna give it to Haunted Mansion. I don't
I
think
get
it's
that.
original.
I'm being generous. So if
Yeah, I was
not, if you
gonna
don't,
say you're being very generous.
yeah, I know. If we don't give them that, that means Disney Pictures is not releasing a single original idea for the next.
Yeah,
several
they're
years.
not.
They're not.
They're really
I
not.
mean, that's kind of on brand.
Yeah, but
Gross.
I mean, I am excited because we're running out of things to remake. Like we're gonna have to start remaking.
They're gonna
D
redo it
Pictures.
again. They're
Oh,
gonna
no,
come out
no.
with a brand
like-
new
Forgot
way.
about Lilo and Stitch.
Well,
Or
yeah.
I'm not saying there's not ones coming. I'm just saying we're running out of them.
Oh,
They
thank
still have to do
God.
the Tangled remake, the
Yeah.
Tiana remake. All these other remakes are all coming out.
And
Yeah.
don't forget, we're entering prequel territory now.
Oh my God,
Oh,
I forgot about
for
that.
reals.
All right, thank you,
They have
Mufasa.
endless material at this point. It's
Yeah.
not an
Anyway,
original thought is going through any of their heads over at
speaking
the
of
Walt Disney
non-original
Studios.
thoughts, for some stupid reason, we are getting an Inside Out 2. Why? I don't know. Anyone
As crazy
excited
as it
about this?
sounds, I'm actually low-key excited about it.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying Riley as a teenager dealing with her emotions doesn't make total sense. I understand that. I'm not saying it even won't be a good movie. I just don't care. Like, I'm tired, you know? Like, I don't need a second Inside Out movie. You had a perfect movie. You made a perfect. It's like they're going to announce a Wall-E 2 and I'm going to like melt because it's like, you stop. You made a perfect thing, you know? Like,
I feel like once they started doing sequels with Toy Story, they didn't really know how to handle that power.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like
I
truly, you don't need an Inside Out 2.
No.
You really don't.
But who
No.
That's
was
like
even
making
asking
a
for it?
sequel to Brave.
Who
Like, why
asked
would
for
you make a
Inside
sequel
Out
to
2?
Brave?
I just want to know.
I love Inside Out, and I didn't even ask for it.
Yeah. And from what we know, Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling are not going to be in this movie.
They
So
weren't asked to come back.
They weren't asked to come back?
Yeah, I think
read
it's
that they
because they're
were,
adding new. Not that I saw. I think it's
but
because they're adding new characters.
Disgust
from
and fear are not part of a teenage girl's life. Are you kidding me?
right. But there was like, I don't know if it was, I think it was a rumor that was saying that they were offered like a horrible rate, which is why they declined to come back.
I would believe it.
Yeah,
Bill
I
Hader's
believe
busy
it.
with Barry. Mindy Kaling has her own production company,
Yeah.
and like I wouldn't be surprised. This is stupid, and they're essential, but what are you gonna do? This is
Maybe they'll
this
just recast them.
I think
ugh.
they're just recasting them. I think they're going to be in it, but either way, I don't hate the idea of the sequel. I'm just kind of like, technically, they already did this with Turning Red.
Can we talk about that's very true, but can we talk about how I mean, if this movie doesn't introduce, can you imagine the trailer? Like, everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, and the door opens in the control room, and like, I don't know who plays her, but like, Horny just walks in the room, right? Like,
I kind
like
of
how you
wish
gonna
that
have a
it was
teenage
her
girl's
as an
not
adult,
horny?
not a teenager. I feel like it would have been better had they made her an adult and had her like navigate going through college.
Yeah, but still, how you gonna have who plays? Let's talk about this. I want to know. We're gonna fan cast Horny now. Who plays Horny in Inside Out 2?
Who plays? I don't know.
Who plays Horny?
Who's a good Horny?
Hmm.
I would assume woman. We're gonna go with woman for this role. It would make the most sense, I think.
Who is the lady? What is her name? The woman that plays the stepmom in The Parent Trap.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoever, I can't think of her name, but I feel like
I don't
it'd be
remember her name
her.
either, but I know who you're talking about.
she'd be good.
I'm thinking Natasha Lyonne myself. I I think she's got that kind of raspy. Hey, you know, yeah, that boy is kind of cute.
Oh my god. I
All right,
don't.
Saara.
I think Taraji P Henson would have been a good one.
Oh, I like
Oh,
this.
I like
can
that
see
one.
that.
Very
Yeah.
I can
interesting.
see that.
I can live with this. So yeah, I'm very excited about Horny joining the cast of Inside Out 2.
I swear to God, if it really happens, I'm gonna.
They're
It
gonna
better-
come up with one.
How do you do this movie without a horny like feeling emotion in her? Like, how do you do that? Like, there's no way.
It's
There's absolutely no
impossible.
way. What is
Either
being
they're
a
gonna do
teenager if
that
not being
or-
constantly like the movie could just be all the characters are gone in a teenage girl's mind except fear and horny. Like those are the two and like shame has taken over for sadness. Those are the three things.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shame.
those
I
are
think
really
shame
good.
is a good one. Shame, horny, and tired.
Tired's
Is
for your
another one.
30s. That's when
Oh,
when
and
Riley's 30.
rage. She's gonna
Rage.
need that
And
rage.
rage. Yeah,
that
that's
rage
true.
is gonna come into play.
If they don't have horny as one of the emotions, they're probably gonna add that one to like on the side, like a little Easter egg one.
Like
A
an
quick-
after credit sequence.
Maybe, or
Mhm.
like they'll like pop into like a boy's head or something, and they're like, "Oh, it's the Horny's over there, and then they
That's
just like,
all
move on
that's in
from
the
it really
boy's
quick.
head is horny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just 8
Literally.
Natasha Leones. Hey, check her out.
That would be a good
Oh
one.
man. Okay. Well, this episode is now named Horny from Inside Out 2. Okay. So we're going to move on to Disney Animation. Disney Animation released a couple things, some stuff, less than I thought they would actually. We have Zootopia Plus, which they kind of talked more about. I don't know. It kind of gives me the Groot series vibes. These are going to be short. They're going to be a little thing and they're going to be cute, and then it's take it or leave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll see it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Groot shorts, by the way. I don't know, we haven't talked about them on the show. I thought those were really cute, but yeah, it's simple. What's funny about those shorts is they got Bradley Cooper to do his Stu Rocket in one of them, and I was like, you can't pay the man for a ride, but you can get him for a short. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So they also have another Disney Plus series coming out, which is called I believe it's Awaju, if I'm correct. I could be wrong.
I do believe that's the correct
I
pronunciation.
think so. Yeah.
And it's Waju's a place. There's a lot of it seems to be Afro kind of inspired futurism. Yeah.
Afro-futuristic.
Which this is Disney in collaboration with Kugali, which is a company that specializes in I guess I would just say like probably African culture art. They do comics and all sorts of stuff. So I think this is cool. I'm excited. I like that they're branching out and they're working with other people to do neat things. So no issue from me here. Thoughts?
I love seeing Afrofuturism. Like anytime that we could see
beautiful.
something like that, especially like on a scale like this, and then like you said, for them to collaborate with like an actual African company, that's amazing. So like it could be as accurate as possible. But from the pictures that have come out, it seems like really bright and fun. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think it's a
I do
kids
enjoy
show,
the
right?
look
Like
of
it's
it.
it's not for
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
I think
a,
it's for children.
yeah.
but it looks really cute.
It is,
So-
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I like the
It's-
story. Well, what they gave of a story anyway.
Yeah. It's I'm always happy when there's anything that gives me like parkland vibes, and this feels like it could be a theme park land. It won't be because they never do this for TV shows, but it's, I like that sort of world building. So hopefully
Yeah.
something comes from that. Speaking of world building, they talked a little bit about Strange World, which is the sci-fi kind of fun old school adventure. They didn't really do anything. Some of the cast came out and talked, and that was fun. But yeah, there's really nothing else to say. They just did that. The last thing that they talked about was a film for Disney Animation's 100th anniversary called Wish. And if you ever wanted to know the backstory of the star that everybody wishes on in all the Disney movies, this is what that is. So I don't need that. But
I don't hate the concept. You gotta admit it's out of the box thinking though.
Is it though? Like, I'm sorry. Is it like? Is it?
Here's what I'll say.
I mean, okay.
I mean, if it's totally its own thing and they're just using this as like a marketing tool, that's fine.
Is
Right,
this just
like-
not Kingdom Hearts? Like, I don't know. Like
But I
them
don't-
going through all those worlds.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing is there's some people that are
they
stating
didn't
that
say.
like they're gonna somehow. Well, here's what Chris Buck said, and he is one of the directors. He said Chris Buck teases that the Wish movie will take Easter eggs to a whole new level, which means I think that they're going to
That
maybe
makes
at least.
me nervous because the only thing I automatically think of is Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And that turned out so good. I think that maybe if the star is a character. This is a show about Asha, played by Ariana DeBose. And she has a goat. She's a princess. No shock there. Her goat Valentino, and they meet a star called Star, who basically looks like he's from Super Mario Odyssey. And he's voiced by Alan Tudyk because Alan Tudyk got to make that money. I love Alan Tudyk. No issues with that.
If there's a Disney film, he will be there.
He will be there. I will say this: we don't know if Star actually talks. Alan Tudyk has done a lot of voices that are like too, so we'll see if this actually talks. But if it's like the star saying like, yeah, I've been around and they show like all the wishes and like they do little like, I don't know, silhouettes of the different movies, but the wishes being granted or whatever. Like it could be cute if it's just very subtle. But we all just saw Pinocchio uh
Not
really not be subtle. With all the cuckoo clocks that are based on IP.
was
Um
corporate. That was very corporate-y. I'll say that
yeah,
much.
I'm concerned that this is going to be corporate as well. I will say though, it's 2D. I think we're all excited about 2D.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yes.
Very excited for 2D.
Sarah, you mentioned something about Asha that you were excited about.
Yeah. So when we first got like the first look of her, immediately I looked and I saw that I thought that she first had braids, but she actually had dreads. And to see that on a character, like, so it just seeing that made me very like emotional because it just felt like she felt very like like I just felt represented by the clothes that she's wearing. Like to me, she just feels very East African, which is like
Mm.
why I said, oh, maybe she's like Ethiopian or something. So I don't know. But anyways, like I just felt like she looked so pretty and like it just felt like it was a princess that I could relate to.
Oh,
Mhm.
Because I love Princess Tiana, don't get me wrong, she's my queen, love her. But I think that there's something also just like a bit more special with Asha because she does come. I feel like she just seems
Sarah's
like an
like,
East
I
African
just want to get
princess.
the shade just
Just
right.
right,
Almost
just
there.
Get
right.
it just a little bit.
A little
Bring
bit.
that contrast up just a little bit.
Just a little
little
more
bit
than
more.
Jasmine, a
Ooh.
little less than Tiana.
It's
We're
like
gonna hit
it's
that
like
crayon.
right in the middle, and
Yeah.
I needed that right, just perfect like sweet spot, middle point. But yeah, she just looks amazing. She just looks beautiful. So I'm excited to see her, and just like I don't know, I think it's kind of cool that Disney's branching, with different hair textures and different hairstyles, and to see dreads. I want to see how they'll, go about that. But I hope that and I think this is the part that makes me a little frustrated because if it is going to be something like that, this movie is going to be a vehicle to celebrate all the other movies that they have. I hope that she still gets to like shine and has her own
Yeah.
story. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm hoping for, that she's not just, a vehicle
Overshadowed.
for that. Yeah. So
Yeah, that would be a
we'll
shame.
see, hopefully there's more to come and more information. And this one, they're saying it's getting released next year. So that's crazy.
Wow.
That's really soon. I mean,
That's
I guess
wow.
that makes
soon.
sense because they're literally hopping into the 100th. Which reminds me, what did you
Yeah.
guys think of the new logo?
Oh, we
loved
should
it.
talk about that. So Disney released a version of their castle logo for the 100th. It features, if I remember correctly, it features like in the background of the normal shot, Pride Rock, the Matterhorn. I think there's a couple more Easter eggs. It's a little hard to see because you can see it on new teasers, like the end of it, that they released today, but the whole thing you can't see unless you're watching like someone record it.
Mhm.
I've not seen an HD version yet. I like the song. I like the new score that they did for it. I think it's really pretty. I mean, I miss the 90s score. I know that you don't do a hundreds thing because of the 90s score. But I always love that blue slotted look.
It
I
was
kind of
just
miss
so
that, but
simplistic.
yeah, I feel like we're in an era of some simplistic design, and it's interesting they've not went back to that. I don't want them to. I think this is really pretty. I kind of miss that that kind of vibe. What do you guys think? Did you like it?
It was nice.
I didn't hate it. It's just like my God, it was so long.
Yeah,
I
it's a
just-
long intro.
Yeah.
It was 40 seconds. I'm like, my God, that's long. Like I get it. We're celebrating. You're 100. You made it. I'm happy for you, but I just want to see the movie.
I mean, Marvel's is at least 30 seconds, isn't it? And you have to watch that before every Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Just
This
skip
is
it.
40. Like my God.
Yeah.
I
Well,
through all these trailers and I gotta see this long ass logo too.
you only turn 100 once. So there you go.
That's true.
That's the first day. As you can see, we're already exhausted. Way too much stuff. And
It
we
was
just
a
covered.
roller coaster.
Yeah, we're not even started, and we're already at like 50 minutes. It's already no, we're like at an hour. It'll be a little less than that because I'll do a little editing, but yeah. So, thank you guys for coming on. We're going to be doing this sometime tomorrow afternoon for the other panel, and then we'll be doing it for the parks one. The parks one, I imagine, will be our longest. We'll have lots to say.
Whew, and
yeah.
it's all of us.
Yeah, and we're all going to be on at that point, so that'll be good. Any final thoughts about day one before we close things up?
It was too much. It was too much. I'm tired.
I'm looking at two people
Like-
that look like they just had Thanksgiving dinner, so I get it.
I don't want them. I don't want a Mufasa.
We'll see what
prequel.
tomorrow holds.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Mufasa, A Star Wars Story, and also very excited for Horny joining us. That's all that matters. We gotta have Horny join us for
Gotta
Inside
have
Out.
Horny.
Gotta have Horny.
That's gonna be on our new shirt.
Gotta have Horny.
Hey!
Gotta have Horny. I the one thing about shirts is I'm trying to make shirts you can wear in the park. I don't think I can put gotta have Horny.
Yeah, I've seen some
shirt.
weird ass shirts in these parts. The way that people dress nowadays, you can wear
I know
anything.
the way that people dress nowadays. Thank you, Grandma. So
Yes.
um,
There was a guy who was wearing a shirt with like a naked girl on it, like in Disneyland. So
I've
if
seen a
he can
Playboy
wear
shirt
that,
in there too. Yeah,
like
I've definitely seen Playboy shirts in there.
that's CM. That's a CM problem. Like I think they need to take care of that. But
They
they
do,
don't want to
yeah.
get punched. They don't need to get punched by people from New Jersey.
and you know the guy that's wearing that shirt is probably gonna do something like
Oh,
that.
for sure. For reals.
Mhm.
For reals. So anyway, after that, Rat Castle is produced by me. Please subscribe. We don't always do these special episodes, but we definitely give you an episode every other week. And we have all sorts of stuff. We have new shirts. You can check those out. We have some other ideas coming out. And you can check everything out at Rat Castle Podcast at podbean.com, or you can find everything at bit.ly/Ratcastle. Now grab your belongings, and we'll see you tomorrow and exit to the left.
Will you stop this foolishness?
What foolishness would you like to see?
Will you get out of here?